Hi everybody, my name's Levi Clay, and for the longest time you may have been aware of me through my work for licklibrary.com, Premier Guitar magazine, the work that I do on Ask FM, Guitar Interactive magazine, Levi Clay Transcriptions of course, that's my baby. I've also played and written for a band called Hellcat Molly. It hasn't seemed viable to put out an album, but in the last couple of years I've had a lot of very kind messages from people asking for me to put out an album, saying, well, where's the album? We want to hear the album. So I thought it was time to finally work on the Hellcat Molly album, and I bring you this project, which I've titled Out of the Ashes. So the reason I've decided to crowdfund the album rather than go the traditional label route is everybody that's a follower of the music industry knows that the music industry is in a bad place. Labels are taking fewer and fewer risks, but albums cost just as much money to produce. The beauty of this sort of new model in the music industry though is that the crowdfunding option provides artists who don't have the financial backing of a label to still go out and make the album that the audience want to hear. I don't really want to make an album on a shoestring budget, release it for you guys to listen to, and then a few years down the line listen back to it and say to myself, I think I could have done better, based on the experience I have now. I would much rather work on an album now and release it working with proper producers on a proper budget than to go the cheap route. The album features obviously myself playing guitars on the entire thing. Then we've got my long-term writing partner David DeAndre. He's handling lyrics and he's co-writer on the album. Lee Costanza, he's written most of the drum parts. Those are all sort of being delivered as we speak. And then my long-time playing partner Doug Cartwright is sort of handling the engineering side of things. And then I've also brought in Jeremy Kroll, LA session studio guy, for the production side of things, the mixing, mastering, reamping side of things. It's just a case now of us tracking everything so we can send it over to him. But yeah, we're in pretty good stead. We've got 10 tracks written and a bonus track for exclusive for IndieGoGo members, so it's coming along really nicely actually. The way I see this project, and the other reason I want to raise the right amount of money, is because I see professionals as professionals. I want to pay everybody who's involved in this as much as I can afford to, and the reality of the situation is everybody that's involved in this album will make more money on the album than I ever could. I think that's actually a great thing, because for me that really shows that for me this is an artistic project more so than one that's for financial gain. And what you can get in return of being part of the album is the obvious things. You pledge and you will get a copy of the album digitally. We've got lots of other perks available though, obviously a physical CD signed by everybody involved, liner notes, we can credit you in the liner notes, but I've also actually decided to do a special edition version of the album just for IndieGoGo funders, where you'll get an 11-track version of the album. That version will not be available anywhere else, so that's exclusive to you guys. I'm doing an instrumental mix of the album for those of you that aren't interested in the vocals, interested in the lyrical content, where I will play the vocal melodies, and then I'll bring in some of my best friends to play lead guitars on some of the tracks as well with me. We've got producers bundles, everything you'd expect to see on the IndieGoGo format. Skype lessons. If you pay enough, you can be listed as an executive producer on the album. I'll even come around your house, play a gig for you, and we can spend a night playing some guitar and drinking. So yeah, there really is a lot to offer. If you can't contribute financially, that's also absolutely fine. What I'm relying on here is for everybody to spread the word. So I'm pleading with you, if you can't contribute financially, that's absolutely fine. Just tell a friend, pass it on to somebody. Say, hey guys, check this out. I mean, as you've been able to hear in the background and see, I've played some of the tracks for you. If you like what you're hearing, please consider sharing it with a friend, because I can't do this without you. I want you to be a part of this.